Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. So in today's video what we are going to see is how to read the data from Excel in WebDriverIO. So the main reason why I want to create this video is basically I don't find any much videos or materials related to the Excel like reading a data from Excel in a WebDriverIO. So that's the reason the main reason I just want to create a video here. So so this method will work for even for your framework as well, guys. Okay, so in real time, like no matter like which tool you are going to use, reading data from Excel is very important when it comes to automation. So this video, I hope it will be useful to you. Okay, so uh, let's see what are the things need to do in order to do reading the data from Excel. So first, what you have to do is you have to install this exceljs. Okay, so first you need to install this one because this is important because there are two ways are there. So we are going to use here like install JS. Okay, so I have already created a JavaScript file here. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to import the exceljs. Okay, const excel require exceljs. Okay, so this command will help you to import the whatever you have installed in the exceljs. Okay, so what we are going to do right now is first we have to create a class. Okay, excel, we're going to name it as a class as a excel excel data. Okay, so inside the class so whenever you have a Excel file, you have to keep some you will keep somewhere the file path, right? So here uh, I have the Excel file path inside of the test data folder. Okay, which is contains in the inside of the same project folder. Okay, so this is the file. Okay, so I'll just close it now. Okay, so I will mention the file path slash data slash create customer dot excel. So it's a very straightforward path, guys. So since it's come under the test data, I just given that and then just give the file name. Okay, so in your project you can give what are the file name you needed. Okay, you can give it accordingly. Okay, so the next one what we are going to do is we need to create a constructor where we have to mention the file path and sheet name. Okay, so the reason is like so in a normal Excel sheet, okay, if you open here, there might be a number of file, a number of sheet might be there. So you need to specifically mention like which sheet name that you want to read it from the specific column or index you want to read. Okay, so that's the reason that we're going to create a constructor. We need to so this constructor will help us like in case if we like by default like file path is a mandatory. Okay, but in case if you don't want to default the sheet name or anything like that, this constructor will help us. Okay, so what I'm going to do is by creating this constructor, I'm going to make it as a file name as a it's a kind of either it should get it a default value or like we can get it like from direct in the main file. So I'm going to make it like it's a kind of optional kind of stuff. Okay, so in case if you don't hardcode this, you can directly mention the main file also. Okay, but here for just for learning purpose, I'm giving a hardcore here. This dot file path. So that's the reason I'm just giving a hard condition over here to make ensure whether it have a default value or not. Okay, so next was a sheet name. So basically I just want to make it a mandatory for the sheet name. I don't want a hardcore here. I just want to call the sheet name in the main file. Okay, so next what we have to do is, so there are different ways to read the data from Excel. So what I'm going to cover here is like I'm going to create a function. Okay, so in that function, um, all you have to give just as a one parameter, which is like you have to mention your column name. Okay, so I'm just giving column name. Okay, so when you're calling in a different file, or calling in the same file, all you have to just call this read and column name. Okay, so this will help us real time. No need to give like there are some people who used to give like multi parameters here, so that is like kind of little difficult to uh, like it's difficult to maintain when you have a huge number of data that you're using in your framework. So that's the reason I'm going to when it comes to file path and sheet name, everything I'm trying to cover in the constructor itself in the global level. Okay, so column name, it's like it's specific to your each test cases and scenario. So I'm just giving it just one parameter, column name. So you can give any column name, like example, if you just here I'm a huge number of test data I'm having. Okay, so if you just want organization name, you can just have to pass the organization name here in the column name. Okay, so that's how I'm going to write this method here. Okay, so first what I'm going to do is I have to create a new workbook instant. Okay, so for that let workbook is equal to new excel dot so this line will help us to create a workbook. Okay, just give it a try. So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the workbook from a specific file path. Okay, wait, workbook dot read file is dot file path. So what are the file path I'm going to give here? It's same. I'm going to read the file. Okay, next one what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a array for a column data to store because you might have a n number of test data, right? So the sample file I don't have much right now, so but you might have a 10 or 100 data in the each column, so that's the reason I just want to store it everything in a array. Okay, now the next line what we're going to do is we're just gonna write the we're just gonna get it the sheet name. Like we have to get the which sheet we have to pick. Okay, so for that we have to create a variable worksheet workbook dot get sheet this dot sheet name. Okay, so this line will help us worksheet. Okay, so the next one what we are going to do is consider cases where you searching a certain worksheet. Okay, what if does not contains, what if that sheet was not even in the Excel sheet, then how do you control that? We have to control somewhere in the code, right? So that's what we are going to do the next part. Okay, if worksheet, if there is no worksheet, then I want to throw a error, new error. So we are going to paste the error message here. Not found. Not found in the workbook. So this will help us in case if our respective sheet is not found in our Excel. So the next one what we are going to cover here is we just want to take a count, like how many sheet how many column that we have in our specific sheet. Okay, so for that I'm going to create const maximum columns worksheet dot actual, sorry, I'm missing something. So I'm just creating a variable where to store the maximum count. Worksheet dot actual column count. So a lot of functions are there in the exceljs itself, guys. So as you can see, this read file and in this workbook, like excel workbook, so all these are like it's already there in predefined functions and everything. Okay, so I'm just gonna assign column index as 1. So this is for the in case the particular column was not found, means I just want to pass some value, so that's why I'm just giving it a -1. Okay, so next what I'm going to do is I'm going to declare one for loop to just ensure to get the column name from all the column. Okay, so let j is equal to 1, maximum columns j plus plus. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get each I'm just going to put if condition to ensure the whatever the column name that we are going to pass is going to be the same as the expected result. Okay, so worksheet dot get row, because basically your title will be in the first index, so that's what I'm giving here. Okay, dot get cell j dot value. So this is a default from the exceljs. Okay, so this is a value, so I'm going to use triple, so that this will help us to match. Okay, column name. Okay, so if it is match, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to change column index is equal to 1. Okay, I'm just going to break once the column name is found, I just want to break it from the loop. Okay, so what will happen if the column name was not found? So for that I'm going to write one more if condition, column index is equal to -1. So I'm going to throw error for this. specifically new error column name. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is next is I'm going to create one for loop to ensure just getting all the values from the Excel. Okay, so for that, first I'm going to do is, before creating a for loop, I just want to get the row count from our worksheet. Okay, so I'm going to create a particular variable for that, rows worksheet dot row count. So this line will help us to get the row count for let I is equal to 2. Sorry, I is equal to 2. The reason is I is equal to 1 will be the header, the title, so that's why I'm start with the 2. Okay, rows I plus plus. So here I'm going to create one more variable. Sorry, row dot get row. I'm just passing the hive here. So this will help us to get the row on each worksheet, okay, as per the index here. So next one, what I'm going to do is we already created one array here to pass all the values. So I'm going to push all our values which we getting from the Excel to push it in the array. Okay, so column data dot push row dot gets cell column index dot value. Yeah, so this will help us to push the value to the specific column, to the array. And the next one was we have to return this value. Okay, so otherwise it's difficult to do. Okay, return column data. Okay, so this will help us to push all the value into array, and we are going to return that value. So whenever there is a column name, when we enter here, it will search in that column name in this Excel, and it will return the value. Okay, so why is showing script error? Okay, yeah, I think we have to do the catch here. Okay, I forgot to do the catch. Error. So here I'm just gonna just catch the error in case I mean, like this try method, basically we do in case the file was not found, we need to cover some we need to catch that error, right? So for that reason we are gonna use this catch here. Okay, so I'm gonna message as error reading the Excel file. Okay, and then error dot message. Okay, throw, yeah. Okay, so I think that's all, guys. I think we pretty much covered everything here. Okay, so first what I did was just created one class, okay, and then pass the file path uh, for the Excel file where we kept, okay, and then I created one constructor and with some optional, in case there is no default value, then it will take the value from the main file, and then we have to give one sheet name, like what sheet name supposed to be there. So I haven't hardcode here, but we have to declare directly in the main. Okay, so then I've just written only one function. Okay, so first one was just create a workbook, and then just reading the file, and then I'm declaring one empty array, and then creating a sheet, and then if the sheet is not found, what's supposed to be there, and this line like basically for the actual column count. Okay, so and then I'm just reading each column and then see the what is our expected column values there or not. So in case if the particular column is not found, I'm just handling here, and then next one was just reading a data from the Excel, like each cell. Okay, so here, like in case the file is not found, we are going to catch it from here. So what we can do right now is we can test it first here in the same file itself. Okay, so what I'm just gonna okay, first I will create a object. Okay, Excel reader, new Excel data. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to call this function read. I'm going to pass the column name. I could say like username. We have a column as a username there. So I'm gonna call the promise concept here. Then data. I'm just going to read the database. Okay, nothing else. Console.log data. Console.log. I think we can read this now. We can run this program. Let's say John Doe, it works. So let's see in the Excel whether the particular file is there or not. Okay, so as you can see here, the column name is username, and I'm getting a value as a John Doe. So let's try a different column name. Okay, what I'm going to do, okay, I'm going to use gender. Okay, let's see what value I'm getting. So it should be supposed to come as male. Yeah, so our function works, guys. So we have successfully done to read the data from the Excel, okay, through the JavaScript here. So how we are going to use this in the real-time framework in a WebDriverIO. Okay, so that's the main thing, right? So let's see in that part now. Okay, so this is our actual spec file. Okay, so before that we need to export this file. Okay, so that's the main thing. So let's first export that part. Okay, module dot export is equal to excel data. So this will help us to export into a different JavaScript file. Okay, we have to import it here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use const excel data require pass the file name here, guys. Okay, so I think we have successfully imported here. Okay, so this is main, guys. Okay, so otherwise if you don't, if you do the export here but forgot to import here, definitely this will not work. Okay, so this is very important. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a object. Okay, I will just comment this, it's not required now. Basic details. So this is actually a sheet name, guys. I'm gonna do here. So I can tell you which page that I'm handled for this reading of Excel. That will be in the config. So this is a URL which I'm gonna use. This framework is pretty much a basic framework which are already pretty much done, guys. So um, so here, like, we have one login page here. So I'm just gonna pass our reading the data from Excel into this login function. Okay, so before that I will just need to call some of the other function as well to just open the page and everything like that. Wait dot. So we are reading the sheet name here. Okay, we are just giving the what's the sheet name supposed to read. We already declare a object. Okay, everything is right. Okay, so what we are going to do right now is we have to read the username and password here. Okay, so await excel read. I couldn't rename as excel caps here. Excel read. Okay, excel read dot. So I'm going to pass the username. So this line I'm just specifically mentioned, like to read the username column. Okay, password. So both columns are already there in our Excel. Okay, you can see it here. Okay, so both username and password is not there, is there already is there. Okay, so what we are going to do is we need to pass this value into variable. Okay, let un is equal to okay, then I'm going to create one more variable for password column as well. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to call up that login function, login page login okay. Okay, let's run the code. Okay, that script got fail. Okay, what I can do is I can use .toString here. Maybe it could be the reason. Let's see how it works. Yeah, it works now. So instead of we mentioning every time a dot to string, what we can do is we can cover this in our actual read Excel file. Okay, so I think sometimes we face this step. So what we can mention here, dot to string. So for this there is no need to call it here. Let's try this. Okay, yeah, it works. So now we have successfully read the data from Excel uh, in the actual framework itself in the WebDriverIO. Okay, so there is a one other way is also there, guys. Like as you can see, you have to create a object. You have to declare object, and then you have to read it, right? So instead of you can create an object here, we can also do other way as well. Like in case if you changed this function into static, okay, there is no need to for you to create an object here. Okay, you can directly using the class name and then calling this read here. There is no need to declare your object over here. We can see that method also here. Okay, um, okay guys, so what we can do here is like we can change this function into static. Okay, so I'll change this file path of static, otherwise it's difficult to read this one. So here I will change static. Sorry, I think I wrongly do that. It's supposed to be accelerate data here. Anyway, yeah, because when you're using static, there is no need. You can't use that this reference. It will not work. So you have to use the directly class name here. Okay. So we can save it here. Let me check. Yeah, I think this is fine. Let's see the main function. So I'll comment this line. Okay, so instead of creating, I will just directly use the class name. Okay, I think we pretty much done. Yeah, I think, yeah, let's run the code. Yeah, it works. So basically you can use both way, guys. It's up to you. Like if you want to this function as a static, you can use this method. In case if you don't want as a static, then you can use my previous method as well. Okay, so the one advantage you have, like when you create as a static, is like you basically no need to create any object like this. Okay, in order to call the specific function. So that's one advantage you have in static. But again, if you don't, if you just want as a non-static also, that also would works. Like it's just you have to create a one more object somewhere in your main function. I mean in main file. Okay, so this is the method which I know, guys, like how to read the data from Excel using JavaScript and implement in the WebDriverIO. So in case if you feel there is a better way to handle reading the data from Excel in a WebDriverIO, please comment in this video. So this will help us, not only me and also people who are seeing this video also, it will help them like how to handle a better way also apart from this method what I just show you. Okay, so I think that's all, guys. I think I pretty much covered everything in this video, like how to create a basic class like to reading the data from Excel and then to implement the same in a WebDriver IO. Okay, so whatever I did right now is just using the column name. Okay, but some people used to use the index as well. Okay, like a first row, second row, like that. So here I try to make a minimum parameter here, like as much as possible here. Okay. But it's up to you, like how much what kind of way that you want to handle. The reason I'm going with the column name is it's very straightforward. Okay, because index is like, if you have 100 column or 100 titles, whatever, in the Excel, when you're using the index method, it's a very difficult to control sometimes, like which number that you have to give. But if it's a column name, means it's a very straightforward, like there is no way like you can do the manual mistake. Okay, mostly it will be reduced. So that's the reason I go with this method, and I always prefer in my real time also like this method. Okay, like using the column name. But if you feel like there's a better way to handle to reading the data from the Excel, please free to comment in this video, so it will be helpful to everyone to watch this video. So if you like this video, please click the like button, and please click the subscribe button. So I'm going to plan a lot of tutorial videos like this in the upcoming days, so it will be helpful to the channel as well. So thanks guys, thanks for watching, and thank you all.